bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you?
The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still.
But then investigators took a look at her cell phone. And on her cell phone is her speaking to and taunting George while she's recording it all. It's bizarre. He's inside a suitcase begging for...
Okay, so you don't live here in this house?
No. I live down in Lake Winona Cove.
Lake Winona Cove, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of tell me how you came here today, or...
Well, I've been calling...
Come down here, you gotta talk to me. You've been calling your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No, ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half. About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out, because this is supposed to be her day. So, her child.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it.
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then
She was back inside the lobby.
finally got a hold of her at 12:49, which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came over.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911, get somebody over here, and then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette. I walked back out the house because I didn't really want to
Who
be
called?
there.
Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called. She called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming over. But I called her
Give me 1
initially.
second, okay?
So I called her initially.
Do you have water in your car by any chance?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
No,
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, so she called, you get over here. And
I called her first.
Okay.
Trying to find out if she's going to get Lucas. That's when she told me everything was going on. I got my stuff together, put the puppy up in his crate. When I was starting to drive over here is when she called me to make sure I was coming. And then I got over here right after.
Did you go inside and see, and then...
I walked inside the front. I told her
Well, just for the sake of the crime scene, I want to know if I were to find your footprint, it would be because you went this far into the house. So did you actually make into the threshold?
I don't think I ever made it to the carpet. I think it was just in that, I've been over here before.
Right. Yeah.
But, no, I don't think I stepped past that tile area.
Okay. So,
I touched doorknob. I don't think I touched anything in the kitchen. I don't know if that really matters.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of what you have. Well, sit tight for us. We're going to make a few phone calls, and then we'll go from there. Do you know if he has any medical issues, or...
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before?
I've met him before, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they've got a whole fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you guys have called over here quite a few times.
For the two of them?
Yeah, he's been arrested like 5 times for this minister, so.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with him. So, I haven't been here personally.
So
they have
he's currently on parole because of it, so.
Because of domestic violence with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, last time he got, whatever it's called, like retrial something or other. He had to go to a domestic violence class.
Okay. I
know he was doing it at a parole officer, stuff like that. But I mean, like, every time she'd have him arrested, the next day she was trying to get him bailed out of jail. So I don't know what it is.
Oh, she's getting water from the tap. Passed out on us. Okay, well, listen, please do me a favor. I'll make a few phone calls.
I mean,
where does your kid need to be picked up?
Lakeline Elementary.
How soon, though?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay.
I don't leave the house.
Let me try and get this going for you, because I know you need that.
So, Brian, to my understanding, you were called over here So can you just take me back to this morning and your involvement with Sarah, which is your ex-wife?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. We've been divorced about a year and a half.
Okay.
Well, I started calling her probably 10:30 or so. It's her day to pick up the kid, but it doesn't always happen. It's 1 or 2 days a week, maybe she gets them.
Out of the 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And what do you, like every other day you're supposed to?
Well, we're supposed to. She's Monday, Tuesday, I'm Wednesday, Thursday, and then we alternate Friday through Sunday is how it's supposed to. I was actually, my lawyer back a couple weeks ago, I was looking to get it changed because she can never stick to it. There's always some reason why. So it's general that I start calling her around then to find out if she's actually going to get him, even though yesterday she told me she would. So I started calling her about 10:30. Never got an answer until so I finally got a hold of her at 12:49.
And did she call you or you call her?
No, I called her. I'd called her at 11:25. I did that twice. I always call twice because generally she's asleep or whatever. And then I called her 2 more times at 12:21, and then I called her again at 12:49, and that's when she answered.
Okay.
Freaking out, saying that George was dead, and could I please come over? So I told her you need to call the police, and went and got my dog in his crate and everything, and started heading over here. She called me again at 12:54 asking if I was going to be coming over, if I'd left yet. I told her I had already left. I was going to be there in a couple minutes. So I got here, knocked on the door, walked in just right in the front entrance area. Told her once again, you need to call the police.
Was she on the phone with anyone when
Not
you
yet.
saw her?
Not yet.
Okay.
She was shaking and she was trying to get herself something to drink because she was just like freaking out. So that's when she got on the phone and called, and I said, I'm going outside because I don't really want to be in here right now. So I came outside and I sat in my car until people showed up, and it's kind of where we've gone from there. So. Okay.
So you called her about 5 or 6 times before she answered.
Yeah, which completely normal.
Normal to you. Okay. The rotation real quick. So Monday, Tuesday, she'll have them. Wednesday, Thursday, you'll have them, and then you rotate each weekend.
Yeah, well,
like it's every other weekend.
How it's supposed to work. Generally, it's 1 or 2 times, maybe a week. I think she had him last Tuesday was the last time he was actually over here.
And spent the night?
Yes.
Okay.
It's probably another week before that.
What's your son's name?
Lucas. Lukas.
L-U-K. And Boone?
Yeah.
You think he stayed here last Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was last Tuesday.
Was, well then... Okay, so you technically have him more than she does. Is that where you're getting?
Yeah, that's why I said I was going to
So even though that's how it's supposed to be, you still have him.
Yeah, it's not a good day. George is in a bad mood, or whatever else reason. I think sometimes just she wants to stay up and drink and can't really do that if she's got to wake up and take him to school the next day.
Right.
Any number of different reasons. So.
Okay. How long have you known Sarah?
Since, let's see here, I was probably 23 or so when we met.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Since you were 23?
Yeah, so probably, 20 years. We dated for quite a while, and then got married, whatever it was, 12, 13 years ago, something like that. Well, I guess 12, 13 years ago before the divorce, so I guess like 14, 15 ago, something like that, maybe.
Okay. What can you tell me about her?
I don't, she's generally not, she can get a bit violent when she drinks. Not to this kind of extent. I don't know what happened exactly. But,
right. No, I'm just looking for.
But that was part of it. The alcohol has gotten worse and worse and worse over the years. That's one of the main reasons why I divorced her. I just couldn't deal with it. I mean, it got to the point where, on weekdays, she'd go out, and I guess the George person is one of the people she had met, because I separated at one point, went over to my parents' house to live for a few months, and I guess she met him over at the pool place or something like that. But I'd come back and we were in therapy trying to work it out, and on a weeknight when he's got school the next day, I've got work the next day, she was out till 3 o'clock in the morning when the bar closes, and she'd bring people back over on the back porch. One time some random person walked in my house and started screaming for Sarah at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning when we're trying to sleep. I just couldn't get over it.
I just couldn't get over it. Nor should he have had to. The phrasing of this sentence is telling, as Sarah likely tried to tell him that what she was doing was normal and fine, and that he should get over it. But it wasn't. Drinking to excess every day, staying out until 4 in the morning, and living your life as one long party is not normal, especially when you have a child. Sarah's actions were unreasonable, and any argument she made for them would also be unreasonable. But it seems, just based on how he qualifies his statements, that he feels like if he'd been able to get over her neglectful, drunken ways, they could have made their relationship work. This is not a person with a high level of self-esteem, or really the ability to fight back against someone like Sarah.
Do you still live here?
No. I bought her out of our house.
Okay.
I was going to just sell it and move because I kind of wanted to go back to College Park, which is where I'm from, but I thought it would be maybe easier for Lucas if I just bought her out and kept that house so he had a little bit of continuancy, kind of.
Yeah. Understandable.
So that's what I ended up doing, and then she moved right down the street here, so.
And how long would you say the alcoholism has been a part of her life?
It's always been a part of her life. It seemed to have gotten worse and worse. I think more or less kind of since we had Lucas. And I think a lot of it was the fact that she kind of, I guess, maybe felt trapped or something.
Okay.
That, before that, whenever she wanted, you're outside having a drink. Oh, I want to go play pool. You go over across the street, you play pool for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore when she got a kid.
Right.
So.
How old's your son?
He is 9. So, but she started just getting really angry when she drank a lot. She said last night she fell asleep. There were plenty of times where she just basically passed out from drinking. So,
So you've witnessed her pass out from drinking?
Oh yeah.
Sarah's biggest defense, the one she...
Okay. And when she passes out, is she out cold?
Oh, she's out.
How difficult would it be to wake her?
Well, if I were to shake her or something,
right.
I could probably wake her up. But me making a phone call or noise probably wouldn't do it.
Okay. And would she be in the middle of doing something and just out cold, or would she go to bed?
Yeah,
and
it would
just be out cold?
Yeah, she wouldn't fall over or anything. It would be more of a lay down and then she just out.
Right. Okay. What do you know about her and George's relationship, if anything?
It was. I think she had him arrested 5 or 6 times for domestic violence. He's stuck a steak knife in the back of her leg one time.
Okay. So has he always been the one that gets arrested, or has she ever been
She
arrested?
was also one of the times.
Okay.
One of the times both of them were arrested. But all the others have been him. But the very next day, she's in there trying to get him bailed out. So
Right.
I don't know. Basically, they get drunk, they get in a fight, she gets upset, she calls the cops. Granted, I saw lots of black eyes, bruises.
On her?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, there definitely was. Now,
would you see George as much as you would see him or her?
I hardly ever saw him.
You hardly
I honestly, I didn't like being around either one of them.
Right.
To be honest, and him more so. So.
Why is that?
Just I don't know. It's my ex-wife. She made me really mad with everything. how the whole divorce went down, and just, I mean, the way she acted and the way she changed and the way they both are, I mean, what it's done to Lucas and everything else. He's nobody I cared to see. Let me put it that way. I mean, it's not like I really went out of my way to, like, it's just...
When you guys do drop-offs or anything, is it always through the school, or would you, like, have to come here and see them, or no?
No, it's pretty much always during the school. Now, sometimes she would come over or something like that. Sometimes he would be driving, but, I mean, he would just stay in the car. She would come in. So, I mean, I really wouldn't see him.
So it's not like you have, like, conversations with George? Okay.
No, I mean, maybe a few times when they've drunkenly called me at night because she was telling me she needed to escape because of whatever's going on, or she's put him on the phone, but I don't know.
When's, like, the last incident that you recall of there being, like, a domestic dispute between her and George?
I mean, she told me, like, a week ago she had to escape from the house and wanted me to come pick her up. I told her I wasn't going to because I'm just tired of it happening. I mean, it was midnight. I mean, child's trying to sleep, and just...
Right.
Honestly, I don't always believe her when she said these things were going on, and...
She called you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, apparently she went back inside and slept well. Was in a fine mood the next day. I guess didn't really remember calling me. But I don't know if it was just...
brought up again?
If it was just she wanted to come over to... I don't know, she keeps on trying to come over to, like, hang out or something like that, or... she'll come over to spend time with Lucas rather than actually just having him over here like she's supposed to, but she wants to come over there and play with him. And so, I'm not sure how real that was. Last time I know there was an actual physical confrontation. It's probably been a little while, because this last time George got arrested, I know he was on pre-trial, whatever, something, I don't know. He had a parole officer, he had a domestic violence class, he's like...
So that's the last time, basically the last time he was arrested was the last physical altercation that you recall?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but I think so.
And you have any idea what year or month that may have been?
Back a few months, maybe?
A few months ago?
Yeah, something like that, maybe. I don't think it was incredibly long.
Okay. Like around the holidays of last year, before the holidays?
I think it was probably before the holidays. Okay. I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
Because oddly enough, there was like a 3-week period where she actually had Lucas all the time she was supposed to, because he was in jail for a month or something like that.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't let him out.
Yeah. And you said when she drinks that she can get physically aggressive.
She can. I mean, she did it to me a lot, where she'd hit me and stuff like that. I mean, she's tiny. I mean,
what do you mean hit, though? Like open hand smack you, or like try and punch you?
Yeah, she'd punch me. I mean, more arms. She many times would use her claws. I mean, I had scratches on my neck at times, on my arms. I mean, things like that where she'd dig with her claws.
Okay.
I never got that drunk, and I had restraint. I never touched her back. I think George didn't have that restraint, and at times he would hurt her back. So, I mean, for all I know, all the times he got arrested, she started.
For murder.
I don't know. I wasn't there, so. Mm-hmm. But I know she could get violent at times.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. It wasn't anything I don't know, too much. I mean, just...
Right, yeah, I mean, you don't feel like she was a huge threat, I'm assuming, right?
No.
Yeah, like you could handle yourself.
Yes.
Does she drink daily?
I think pretty much.
Okay. Do you know, like, her drink of choice?
That would be vodka.
Vodka.
Or wine, but vodka is the big one.
And does she or George have a job?
No. She hasn't worked for over 2 years. Well, I guess you could maybe call what he's got a job. He worked at the Ace Hardware up across the street here.
Okay.
Which is now going out of business.
Okay.
He kind of off and on worked there. When he did work, it was 15, 20 hours a week, something like that. I mean, my alimony and stuff basically pays for where they live. So, I mean, they didn't need a ton, but, I mean, she was always calling to borrow money. And but, it's been like 2 years since she got a job. She keeps on telling me she's looking. She's always finding the good opportunities and everything, but...
Right.
Okay.
Do you want to take it?
It's my dad. Just
Sure.
one.
Okay. We were just on the phone with someone. Okay. When you came over here, I know you said that she called you freaking out saying he was dead. Did she give you any more, like, did you ask why or how?
She told me that they were playing last night or something, and he got in the suitcase and she fell asleep.
Okay.
That's all she told me, so I don't know anything beyond that.
Okay.
And I really didn't talk to her much because I came inside, I told her you need to call the police, and then I came back out, and I think she went on the back porch to smoke a cigarette, so I didn't even really talk with her much.
Oh, like she was going outside this... Did you see her take a cigarette?
Yeah, she was going outside with a... Well, I also know when the cops showed up, she kept on telling them she had a cigarette burning out there, and she needed to go put it out.
Okay.
But they were keeping her away from stuff, I guess.
Right. Okay.
But, she wanted me to come back there with her. I was like, I'm going out here. I don't really want to be in here, so...
Right. And that's when she went to call 911?
Well, she called 911 while I was in there. I was standing right in the foyer area.
Okay.
And, I mean, it was apparently a pretty quick conversation, and that's when she started to go that way, and I just told her I'm going out front, so...
Okay. Okay, so they were playing, and she went upstairs and went to bed.
I don't know where she went. She just told me she went to sleep.
Or she went to sleep. Okay, you don't know where.
I don't know where.
You didn't ask more questions.
I didn't ask more questions. I leave that to you guys.
Yeah. No problem.
Oh, my Lord.
Would you mind if I took a picture of your call log to show
Sure.
that you've all the
Do you just want to see hers, or like zoomed in on hers so you can see all of those?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
So I'd say starting from today. I know her phone.
Did you text with her at all today?
Not today. I don't think I did today at all. That was last night. She was drunkenly texting me.
Last night?
Yeah.
What time?
That was 11 o'clock at night. I think that was
Last night was Sunday. What does it say?
Oh, that's Saturday. Never mind.
Saturday.
That was Saturday night when I was watching the baseball game.
Okay.
Yesterday, which is that, when she said her account was in the negative, so I transferred her a little bit of money to get her out of the negative.
Sarah?
She sent you... Oh, that was the morning. Okay, so she thanked you at 11:56 that morning.
Yeah.
Right?
Sunday.
Okay. What's the last thank you? What time? Okay, so just a few times.
Yeah, and then that one at 12:01.
Okay, so afternoon, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the calls. Do you need like...
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Okay.
Yep, I'll start from the top where it has her information. Go ahead. You could scroll down. And that's fine. Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Has Lucas ever told you anything about her, like, witnessing anything between her and George?
He's heard arguments and things like that.
Okay.
He's not a big fan of staying over here, honestly.
Okay.
Just because They get in arguments and stuff like that. I don't think they've ever had a physical fight in front of him.
Okay.
But I know there's been arguments he's told me about.
Okay.
There's been times where I think things were starting to get to that point, and she has called me to come pick him up.
Okay.
And bring him back over to my house. So.
Yeah. Okay.
She's generally pretty good about having me come get him if, which leads to me not having a life because I can't ever do anything.
Right.
I can't go anywhere because I'm too worried about something happening and me having to be over here quickly.
Yeah.
Bad boys, what you want, what you gonna